Right. Yeah, you see, the whole thing is that we need to understand. Some people argue that sibling rivalry is a natural phenomena. But the critical aspect is, as parents, how do you deal with that? One of the recurring issues in any family is the fact that some children believe the parents have favorites. And therefore, I say you must not treat your children with equality, but with equity, because the needs of each one is specific and is different. The other thing that I want to mention is the fact that sometimes this might surprise many people, but something worth thinking about, that parenting is not so much your relationship with your child, but your relationship with your spouse. And if that relationship is harmonious, pleasant, where there is social etiquette, where there is kindness, where there is respect for each other, and where there is no shouting and so on and so forth, then children in that particular home would respond accordingly. If you are going to scream, they will also learn to scream. Now, I'll give you an example. Some years ago, it's not about name dropping, but I think I'll mention, I was in London doing a program on parenting, and I mentioned this. I said parenting is not so much your relationship with your child, but your relationship with your spouse. And then subsequently, I went back to the same community, and one of the participants of the previous conference workshop came to me and said to me, Brother Eedris, there's one thing you said that changed our life. I said, only one thing. I was just joking. They said, no, but let us share that. She said, you know, when you mention that parenting is not so much your relationship with your child, but your relationship with your spouse, he says, then we began to reflect on our relationship with each other. We realize that we scream at each other, that we do not show respect, there is no kindness, we interrupt each other, and we decided to change that. We decided to be civil, we decided to show social etiquette, and you will not believe it, once we started doing that, our children also responded accordingly. They became quieter, not that we suppressed them, they were more respectful with each other, they were more loving towards each other. The important thing is this, whenever there is an issue with the children, you know, there is a acronym, I call it ABC. The ABC is, you look at the antecedent. What is it that caused the behavior? The B. Recognize the behavior and look at the consequences. So instead of you merely shouting them down or being punitive, try to find out the underlying reasons for that behavior, right? And the people misbehave, children, for any number of reasons. Some of the reasons I'll share with you. One, because they feel a sense of inadequacy. Second, they got low self-esteem. Thirdly, it's out of revenge. Fourthly, because it gives them some kind of negative satisfaction. Fifthly, it gives them a sense of superiority. And the last reason is also very, very important. They are trying to manipulate you. So I think it's important that we need to understand that children must feel loved by both parents. Parents themselves need to be expressive. We sometimes think we buy them whatever we want, do all these things that is sufficient for us to communicate that we love you. But love comes in other ways, as our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam showed us, through hugging, loving, nurturing, and so on and so forth.